Hello dear students, welcome to CR Digital Class. Today we are going to deal with Unit 4 of your income tax syllabus, which is profit and gain from business and profession. So we are going to see part B question, which is your long type question, asked as question 12A or 12B. Let's see what is the topic that we are going to do today. First, we are going to start here about what define depreciation and explain the conditions for charge of depreciation. This, as you can see, has been asked in 2023 as question 12B. Then the same question is asked in another way, where they're asking, instead of using the word conditions, they have used the word various points to be considered while calculating depreciation. The same thing is then repeated, and it has been asked as points that are mentioned as per the Income Tax Act. So for any of these types of questions are asked, the answer remains the same. Whether it is points, whether it is conditions, or any other synonym used, it is the answer or the items here will remain the same. Okay, you just have to see, is there any tail question added? Like you can see here, they have added one part as define depreciation. Along with that, explain the conditions, points. So whatever is asked, whether conditions or points, your answer will remain the same. As you can see, the frequency of the question that is asked, it is asked in 2021, 2022 and in 2023, which clearly means that this is an important question of the unit. Okay, so let's understand what is depreciation and what are these points, conditions that are required for us while we are calculating depreciation. Now, let's first understand what is depreciation. Now, when the businesses are using any kind of machines or any kind of capital asset, with time, the value of these assets fall down or they get reduced. The reason, because of the continuous use or because of this wear and tear, the value of the asset falls down. That is the what now that wear and tear or that diminishing value of the asset is called as depreciation. So depreciation is a revenue kind of expenditure which is recurring. Like every year, depreciation can be allowed as an expense, because after a certain period, with the use, the value of the asset keeps diminishing. So depreciation is nothing but it is diminishing value of the asset because of the continuous wear and tear of the machines that are used. So that is the meaning of depreciation. Now, here, these are the different conditions or points that you need to remember while we are calculating depreciation. The first thing is that depreciation is allowed only on capital asset. So, only if it is a capital asset like machine, furniture, or any plant that is used in the business, which is a capital asset, for those assets only we are going to charge depreciation. Okay, and the ownership of the asset. Now let's say I am the owner of a computer. Okay, it is my computer. I am owning it. In my business, I own that computer. So I can go ahead with the calculation or claiming depreciation as a deduction. That means if I want to claim depreciation as a deduction, that capital asset which I am talking about should be owned by me or the assessee. So ownership is important. If you are not the owner of the asset, then you cannot claim depreciation. Only if you are owner of this capital asset, you can go ahead with claiming of depreciation. Okay. Then usage for business purpose. Now, let's say there is a car which is used for business purpose. That means the car, for the purpose of business, that particular car or vehicle is used. Alongside, sometimes the same car is also used for personal purpose. Let's say to drop children to school or to pick his wife from office or any other uses. So these are all personal uses. These are non-business uses. So if an asset is used either for the business use and partly for personal use, in that case, depreciation also will be divided based on the percentage of use. Now, for example, let's say a motor car, it is used 40% for personal use and 60% for business use. So while we are charging depreciation, only for the 60% value of the motor car, depreciation will be allowed. Okay. If the asset is solely used for business purpose, then the entire depreciation amount can be deducted. Okay, that is what when we are talking about usage for business purpose. The next thing is period of use within the financial year. That means the asset should be used in that financial year, or it belongs to that financial year. Now, let's say within the financial year, which starts from 1st April to 31st March, in this period, let's say somewhere in September 15th, a new machine was brought into the business. Okay, so that means it is not used for full period, it is coming between the year. So based on the time it was brought into the business, depreciation will be charged. How? Now let me tell you that if a particular asset is used for 180 days or more, then full depreciation percentage can be applied. But if the asset is used for less than 180 days, let's say a new asset was brought in this financial year on 10th of November, then if that asset was used for less than 180 days. In that case, what happens is only 50% of the depreciation will be charged. For example, let's say a person is a doctor and he has bought a life-saving equipment, some medical equipment for the use of his profession. Okay. Now, when has he brought this medical equipment? Let's say on 1st of January. And when will the financial year end? On 31st March. So, if this asset has been used only for less than a period of 180 days, then only 50% of the depreciation is allowed. What do we mean by 50%? For the purpose of life-saving equipment, 40% is the usual depreciation rate. Okay. Now, half of it only will be allowed as depreciation. So, it means the depreciation rate will be 20%. Why? Because the asset was used for less than 180 days. Okay. That is the meaning of period of use within the financial year. So, how long has the asset been used is also important, whether it is more than 180 days or less than 180 days. Then, depreciation calculation basis. Depreciation, as you all know, will be calculated through by the written down value method. Only in some cases or some exceptions regarding the scientific equipments, straight line method of calculation of depreciation will be followed. But mostly we are going to follow the written down value method of depreciation. Then sale of an asset. Now let's suppose within the financial year, the business person wants to sell away the asset. So once the asset is sold, no depreciation can be allowed as deduction. So no depreciation will be calculated. The asset is sold. It is nowhere part of the business again. So it means once the asset is out of the business, depreciation will not be calculated on it. The last part, depreciation on additional expenditure. Now, businesses can claim depreciation if they are improvising their existing machine, or they are incurring any kind of additional expenditure to enhance the ability of the machine, or the any kind of furniture, whatever they are using. Basically, any kind of capital asset. So, if they are improvising the capital asset for the benefit of the business, for that additional expenditure which the business is incurring, on that also depreciation can be calculated. And that means the businesses can claim depreciation as deduction even when they are improvising or improving their product quality. For that, they are using machines, they are improving their machine quality, that depreciation also is considered. So that is the meaning here of depreciation on any additional expenditure. I hope you've understood all of these 7 important conditions, points that are given to you by the Income Tax Act for the purpose of computing depreciation. Let's see how do we write this answer for your exam. As you can see over here on the screen, the first part that was asked is define depreciation. That is the reason why we have started with explaining what is depreciation. Even though if it is not asked and you still remember what is depreciation, please write 2 lines. There is no harm about explaining what is depreciation. So what is depreciation? As I told you, it is because of the wear and tear, overtime use of the asset, gradual decrease in the value of the capital asset, that is the meaning of depreciation. Then what are the points that we need to remember for the charge of depreciation? You can simply list down these or use a table form or a flowchart form to explain, to just put up these as a picture. Then you can go ahead with explaining each of these points one by one with proper examples. You can start here with depreciation is allowed only on capital asset. Okay. Now, as I told you, it can be for buildings, machines. It can also be for something called as intangible assets. What is an intangible asset? Something which you cannot see, feel, hear, or taste. That is an intangible asset. So, items like copyrights, patents, all of these will come under intangible asset. So, even for patents, copyrights, depreciation is applicable. So, as I told you, it is allowed for any capital asset or only on capital asset. Okay. Then, depreciation, it is mandatory that if a person is claiming depreciation, he should be the owner of the house of that particular capital asset. So here we are saying taxpayer must be the owner. That is important. That is, the assessee should be the owner of the capital asset. Then it should be used for business purpose, as you can see, business or professional purpose during the financial year. If it is partially used for personal purpose, then proportionate depreciation amount will be deducted. Period of use, as I told you, 180 days full depreciation. Less than 180 days, only 50% of the depreciation amount is permitted. Next is about depreciation calculation basis, where we said that written down value method is a standard method for calculation of depreciation. In some specific cases, there may be straight line method also followed. Next is sale of asset. If the asset is sold in that financial year, then since it is no longer part of the business, no depreciation will be allowed as deduction. Last part, depreciation on additional expenditure, where it is for improvements, renovation, any extension, that amount also can be claimed as depreciation amount. So these are the different points that anyone needs to remember while they are calculating the depreciation. I hope you have understood the concept of depreciation along with these conditions and points. This is how you structure your answer when they're asking you about the different conditions or points. If you are asked a question on distinguish or differentiate, then please go with a tabular method of presenting your answer. If you are asked about advantages, disadvantages, then you can go with side headings and then explaining each item point-wise. But one thing in common is, wherever possible, if you are able to add some examples, that will also enhance your answer quality. I hope this concept is clear to you. All the best from SIA Publications.